Most parents assume a baby this young can't really be hurt emotionally. Too little to understand, too little to remember, so surely too little to be affected by the small stuff. The truth is nothing like that. Dr. Edward Tronick, a developmental psychologist at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, ran a famous experiment decades ago, showing that babies notice far more than we give them credit for. When a parent's face suddenly goes blank and unresponsive, even for a few seconds, a baby's whole body reacts with distress. That single study changed how researchers think about the emotional life of infants. This is going to change the way you think about the small, ordinary moments in your day, not the big parenting decisions, the tiny ones. The tone of your voice during the diaper change, the 3 seconds you glance at your phone mid-feeding. Because science has now identified 9 everyday things that quietly register as emotional hurt to your baby, long before they have the words to tell you, and every one of them is something you can change starting today.
1. Your baby feels it when you look away too fast. Dr. Tronick's still face research showed that when a caregiver's expression suddenly flattens, babies try to re-engage first, reaching, smiling, making sounds, before they give up and turn away themselves. The mechanism is simple. Babies read faces before they understand words, so a blank face reads as absence, even if you're standing right there. Think of the moment you glance down at a notification mid-conversation with your baby and their smile fades a half second later. They noticed the second you left, even though your body never moved. 2. Your baby feels it in a rushed goodbye. Research on infant attachment has shown that abrupt separations, even brief ones, can raise stress hormone levels in babies who don't get a moment to register what's happening. The mechanism is predictability. A baby's nervous system calms down when it can anticipate what comes next, and calms down faster when there's a clear signal that a parent is leaving and will return. Picture grabbing your keys and slipping out the door while your baby is mid-play. No wormies, no goodbye. That small gap between what they expected and what happened is where the hurt lives. 3. Your baby feels it in your rushed touch. Researchers studying infant massage and touch have found that gentle, slow touch activates calming pathways in a baby's nervous system, while quick, mechanical touch, the kind used during a rushed diaper change, does not produce the same calming effect. The mechanism is in the skin's own nerve fibers, which are tuned to detect the difference between careful and hurried contact. Imagine changing a diaper while distracted, hands moving fast, eyes somewhere else. Your baby isn't just being handled, they're absorbing how it feels to be touched by someone who loves them. 4. Your baby feels it when your voice goes flat. Studies on infant-directed speech have found that babies respond more and stay calmer when a caregiver uses warm, melodic tone rather than a flat, monotone voice. The mechanism is that babies can't yet understand most words, so tone carries almost all the emotional information they receive. Picture narrating a diaper change in a flat, tired voice because it's the 5th one that day. Your baby isn't hearing the words, they're hearing whether today feels safe. 5. Your baby feels it when you compare them, even as a joke. Research on infant temperament has shown that babies are highly attuned to shifts in a caregiver's tone and energy, including the subtle tension that creeps in when a parent feels frustrated or disappointed. The mechanism is emotional contagion. A baby's nervous system picks up on your stress chemistry before they understand why it's there. Picture sighing, "Why can't you just sleep like your cousin did?" while rocking a fussy baby at 2 in the morning. They don't understand the words, they absorb the tension in your body. 6. Your baby feels it when play stops without warning. Studies on parent-infant interaction have found that abrupt shifts, ending a game mid-laugh to answer a phone or handle something urgent, can leave a baby in a brief state of confusion before they self-soothe. The mechanism is that babies build a rhythm during play, a call and response, and a sudden stop breaks that rhythm without resolution. Picture the moment your baby is mid-giggle during peekaboo, and you suddenly stand up to grab something off the stove. Their smile doesn't fade gradually, it just stops. 7. Your baby feels it in impatience during feeding. Researchers observing caregiver-infant feeding interactions have found that babies feed more calmly and efficiently when a caregiver is relaxed and become more agitated when a caregiver is rushed or tense. The mechanism is that feeding is also a bonding behavior, regulated by the same calm, alert nervous system state as everything else. Picture trying to hurry a slow feeder because you're already running late. Your baby feels the tension in your arms before they understand why the bottle keeps shifting. 8. Your baby feels it when their cries get compared to manipulation. There's no research suggesting infants are capable of manipulative crying at this age because the brain structures required for that kind of intentional deception simply haven't developed yet. The mechanism is that crying is a baby's only communication tool, a direct signal of a need, not a strategy. Picture someone saying, "They're just doing that for attention," while your baby wails in the next room. The baby isn't performing, they're asking in the only language they have. 9. Your baby feels it when you apologize to them and mean it. Research on parental repair, the process of reconnecting after a stressful moment, has shown that what matters most isn't avoiding every hard moment, it's returning to warmth afterward. The mechanism is that repair teaches a baby's nervous system that disruptions are temporary and safety always comes back. Picture picking your baby back up after a hard, tearful stretch, softening your voice and saying, "I'm here now." That return matters more than the moment that came before it.
Here's the thing worth sitting with. Your baby isn't keeping score of the hard moments. They're keeping score of whether you come back. You've been forgiven for the rushed mornings. You've been forgiven for the flat, tired voice at the end of a long day. You've been forgiven for the phone glance, the fast diaper change, the game that ended too soon. You've been given, over and over, exactly what every relationship needs most: another chance. If this changed the way you think about the small moments, we post new videos every week about the science of early emotional development, from birth through the toddler years. A like on this video helps other tired parents find it too, especially the ones lying awake right now wondering if they're getting it wrong. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.